What happens when the nonprofit world collides with the world of business? Well, you're watching it happen right now. What's going on here? This is Waymo Via. You've all heard of Waymo, right? Well, Waymo now has a fleet of vehicles that they are providing to a nonprofit called AZCEND so that they can give back to their very own community. How does this all happen? Well, it takes a lot of work and a lot of passion. I want you to meet Trinity Donovan. She is the CEO of AZCEND. Well, first of all, Trinity, tell us, what is AZCEND? I know you guys have been around since 1966.
Yes.
That's crazy.
At AZCEND, we know there are people in our community who are isolated, who are hungry, who are living on the streets. So we provide help and hope so people can get back on their feet and they don't have to face their crisis alone. Through food boxes, rent and utility assistance, senior meals and Meals on Wheels, programming for families and services for people experiencing homelessness.
In 1966, I can only imagine the number of services and food boxes you guys have supplied to the community. But now, I mean, we're coming out of a pandemic. I'm sure it's been very, very difficult for you guys to continue to provide those services. How important is it to have Waymo involved? They're literally doing the deliveries for you.
Yeah, so we rely on partnerships from so many people in the community, and Waymo has been a great partner. Every week, we hail one of their fully autonomous vehicles to our AZCEND facility in Chandler, and we load our bags for seniors with food, and we've been able to provide over 2,000 meals with Waymo's support. They deliver those food bags from our Chandler facility to the Gilbert Senior Center so that we can get them out with Meals on Wheels and help seniors prevent hunger.
I think I don't even need to ask this question, but I'm going to do it anyway. What would you do if Waymo couldn't provide that service for you?
Well, it's been especially helpful during the pandemic. Our staff and volunteers have been amazing. We've never closed during the pandemic. We've changed the way we do services, but definitely a lot more pressure on our staff and volunteers as the services and the need have increased.
Yeah.
And so to be able to rely on Waymo to be able to deliver those to our other office has been a great help for us.
Oh, not to mention the cost involved with something like that Waymo is stepping up and giving back to the community. How important is it to AZCEND just to defray those costs?
Yeah, we can't do our work without so many partners in the community, so many volunteers and companies like Waymo who contribute to the work that we're doing.
Yeah, and I'm certain that volunteers are still very, very important for AZCEND to continue doing the work that you're doing. How are you working through this?
Yeah, our volunteers have been amazing. For our Meals on Wheels, as an example, we utilize mostly volunteers to deliver meals to homebound seniors. And often that volunteer is the only person that participant sees each day. And so even more than the meal, they're so grateful for that small touch of humanity, and our volunteers are vital for that.
So here at AZCEND, you help a lot of families. They can come in, doesn't matter the size of the family, first of all, and it's not just food. There are lots of other services that you provide. They can come in and get toiletries and things like that that are essential in everyday life. How do they go about doing that?
Yeah, and so those are things that people can get through our food bank, and especially in the beginning of the pandemic, we saw that the people that we serve are living paycheck to paycheck. So while shelves were swept clean at the beginning of the pandemic, the people that we serve didn't have the ability to stock up on items. And so when they needed their weekly items, they weren't there. So our food bank has been really important for that. And then some of our other programs that people connect to includes rent and utility assistance. And people have really been impacted through COVID, whether loss of hours, loss of jobs. And we want to keep people in their homes and keep their utilities on. And so we're able to provide rent and utility assistance as well.
Keeping the lights on, keeping those tummies fed, that's what this is all about. You want to help out, you want to donate or volunteer, you can reach out to AZCEND. Just visit the website, azcend.org, or learn more about Waymo. Visit waymo.com.